Have you ever wondered what it takes to be a member of the infamous Hells Angels? Well, hold on to your handlebars because today, we're diving into the secret world of this legendary biker club. Born in the rebellious spirit of Fontana, California, back in 1948, the Hells Angels have grown into a global phenomenon with chapters spanning continents. But here's the kicker. It's not just about riding hogs and wearing leather. Behind the scenes, there's a set of rules that every angel swears by. From what they sport to how they earn their wings. Ready for a wild ride through the shocking mandates of the Hells Angels? Let's roll. All right, first rule of the Hells Angels playbook. You don't just walk in, you've got to earn your stripes. Imagine it like a gritty job interview on two wheels. Prospective members, known as prospects, aren't handed a membership card right away. No, they start by running errands and proving their dedication. Then comes the waiting game. A vote decides whether they're in or out. Patience is key, as this process can stretch over years. It's not a casual commitment. The Hells Angels want to ensure you're in it for the long haul. But hold on, there's a checklist. Your personality vibes with the crew, you ride the right bike, and you're ready to hit the road at a moment's notice. It's not just a club, it's a lifestyle, and only the dedicated need apply. So, you're eyeing that Hells Angels badge, huh? Well, rule number 2 is straightforward. Don't ask. The official stance is crystal clear. If you have to ask, you probably will not understand the answer. It's a classic don't call us, we'll call you situation. The inner circle, fully patched members, hold the voting cards, and they're not shy about using them. But here's the deal. They want to ensure that potential recruits grasp the club's unwavering priority and the hefty expectations that come with it. Joining the Hells Angels isn't a walk in the park. If you're not in the know, it's best not to inquire. The club comes first, and if you're meant to be in, they'll find you. Now, here's a heads up. The Hells Angels may sound like a close-knit family, but it's not a sisterhood, it's a brotherhood, and they mean it. While women play crucial roles in running the show, only the guys get the official membership card. Sorry, ladies, wives and girlfriends? They go by the title Old Ladies and spend a considerable amount of time with their Hells Angels partners, even hitting the road together. Back in the day, women even had their own specific patches. Sure, they can roll up to meetings, but here's the twist. No voting rights for the old ladies. It's a men's club in the formal sense. So, if a guy wants to ride with the Hells Angels, his partner needs to be just as committed. It's not just about him, it's a package deal. The road might be long, but it's a journey meant for two. Now here's a no-brainer. No room for the long arm of the law in the Hells Angels clubhouse. It's an unwritten rule. If you're sporting a badge, guarding a prison, or even working security, you're not getting past the Hells Angels gates. Yup, being a law enforcement officer is a one-way ticket to a closed door, thanks to that pesky conflict of interest. The wild part? Despite their rap sheet, not every place slaps the criminal organization label on them. In the good old USA, they're seen through that lens, leading to some serious clashes with the cops, resulting in lawsuits. Meanwhile, up in British Columbia, they might not be labeled as criminals, but that hasn't stopped the law from knocking on their clubhouse doors. It's a wild world where the lines between outlaws and enforcers get blurred, depending on which side of the border you're on. So, you've made it through the grueling process and earned your stripes. But here's the kicker, there's no turning back. The Hells Angels don't mess around when it comes to commitment. You see, becoming a member isn't a quick in and out affair. It's a lifelong pledge. You're voted in by the club, and if you've truly sealed the deal, you might find yourself sporting a patch that screams AFA, or Angels Forever, Forever Angels. Once you're in for life. No escape hatch. This isn't your run-of-the-mill commitment. It's a binding contract, possibly even more serious than marriage for some. So, before diving headfirst into the world of Hells Angels, you better be sure, because there's no looking back once you've crossed that threshold. Now, let's talk about the sacred threads of the Hells Angels, their vests. Once a prospect makes the cut, they're handed a vest adorned with the iconic logo and the club's name. But it doesn't stop there. They also receive a patch bearing the name of their specific charter, whether it's in the United States, Australia, or Belgium. These vests are a global statement. Here's the twist. If a member finds themselves on the wrong side of the law while wearing it, the sacred vest must be handed off to a fellow member to keep it untainted behind bars. And if they're injured and in need of emergency care, you can bet they'll do everything in their power to keep that vest intact, avoiding any cuts or tears. For a Hells Angel, that vest is more than just a piece of clothing. It's the second most crucial possession, right after their beloved bike. Now, here's a heads up for aspiring Hells Angels. Watch who you befriend. The official word is crystal clear. Never combine your support to Hells Angels with other clubs, street gangs, or others if you are unaware of the relationship between those others and the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Translation: your friendships need to align with the Hells Angels vibe. Why? Well, the Hells Angels have a knack for showing rival motorcycle clubs the exit, making it clear they don't share their turf. Given the sheer size and influence of the club, it's no surprise that other MCs often find themselves on the losing end of that battle. So, if you're eyeing that Hells Angels patch, be prepared to cut ties with any connections that don't align with the club's code. And fingers crossed, that's the only sacrifice you'll need to make on the road to becoming a member. Now, when it comes to being a Hells Angel, there's a rule etched in stone. Don't spill the beans about your fellow members. It's not just an unwritten code, it's a bylaw, crystal clear and non-negotiable. Their website spells it out. We do not answer questions about members. That includes the ones who might be missing in action. Catch our drift. In the inner sanctum of the Hells Angels, information is a tightly guarded secret. Only those granted permission have access to the lowdown. Some members might not even be privy to all the behind-the-scenes action, emphasizing the club's strict need-to-know basis. If you find yourself asking around for insider info, well, you probably don't need to know. It's a tight-lipped world where silence isn't just golden, it's a way of life. When it comes to the Hells Angels, everything follows a strict order, and that includes hitting the open road. Riding isn't just about revving engines, it's a hierarchy. The bikers roll based on seniority and rank, starting with the charter president leading the pack down to the prospects. This tradition has deep roots, and in the world of the MC, change isn't on the horizon. Here's the deal. Breaking the formation and getting in the middle of the pack isn't a smart move if you're cruising alongside the Hells Angels. It's a road rule that's been set in stone for ages. If you happen to spot them, your best bet is to hang back. When it comes to these riders, you never quite know what they might do, and disrupting the order is a surefire way to ruffle some leather-clad feathers. Here's the golden ticket in the world of Hells Angels. Stick to the rules no matter what. While the specifics remain a mystery, word on the street is that breaking these rules can lead to consequences that are nothing short of brutal. Rumor has it, from burning off tattoos to an outright removal from the club, the repercussions can feel like losing a limb. The severity, of course, hinges on the specific charter and its president. One thing is for certain, breaking certain rules lands you a one-way ticket out of the club, often accompanied by a dishonorable discharge. Some transgressions are so serious that it might not just be your charter dealing with the fallout. Other charters could get involved. It's a road you wouldn't want to travel, so when it comes to the Hells Angels, play by the rules or brace yourself for a rocky ride. So which Hells Angels rule left you wide-eyed? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more captivating stories like these. Until next time, ride safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.